So I have out here this Carcano. I believe that this right here is a 91-28. I measured out the twist rate of the barrel, and it ends with a 1 in 14 twist, which is very typical of what your cut down Carcano carbines are going to end with. Normally the carbine, because of that, or normally the Carcano, because of that gain twist rifling, it ends up ending with a 1 in 8 twist. That's just kind of what they're designed for. That's what the spec is for. But because of the gain twist rifling, if you cut down the barrel, then it will end in some slower twist. And a lot of people have issues with keyholing with their ammo because of exactly that. So I have this bag with a bunch of different bullet weights for all sorts of different projectiles with this Carcano ammo. And I want to load these up inside this Carcano that has the ends in the 1 in 14 twist. And I want to see what kind of accuracy we get with these. I got your standard bullet weights like 160, 140, and 120 grain. But then I also have some lighter twists, or lighter grain weights, which should stabilize much better in this twist rate of this Carcano. So if you have issues with stabilizing your projectiles inside of your Carcano, try a lighter weight bullet, because if you got a cut down barrel, that might make or break your rifle. Give it a try. That's kind of what we're doing here today. All right, I'm gonna have a seat right here. So here's what we're doing today. I've got this Carcano rifle here, and we got a bunch of different bullet weights that we're going to be testing through it at, I don't know, I call this about 20 yards? Looks about right.
Yeah.
That's enough to gauge a measure of accuracy. Is that what I'm trying to say? It's far enough out to where if we see any inaccuracies with our ammo, it'll be apparent enough for us to point it out. So we have this, I believe, 91-28 carbine, and it ends with a 1 in 14 twist because the barrel has been cut down. Normally the Carcano would end with a 1 in 8 twist. I want to see what kind of accuracy we get with different bullet weights. This should stabilize lighter weight bullets better because of that 1 in 14 twist barrel. Kind of like how a 1 in 7 twist on your AR will stabilize heavier bullets than a 1 in 9 twist. Very simple concept. Speaking of, the 55 grain bullet is the superior weight for your AR, simply because it can stabilize in every single twist rate of any AR. 1 in 7, 1 in 8, 1 in 9, and 1 in 12. And whenever I say that, a lot of people get upset with me. So, we got 160 grain projectiles here, and a target out at about 20-ish yards. I'm gonna go ahead and send a couple of rounds downrange. I have no idea where this Carcano hits. I'm betting it's high because it's Carcano. And we're gonna see what kind of group sizes we get with these things. Now, I am by no means a professional shooter, but I think that my level of accuracy will be good enough for us to see any discrepancies with what it is that we're gonna be seeing here. Maybe I should take the highly volatile and explosive ammo off of the table before I go shoot this carbine. I talk, they watch, they listen, they'll have fun. Isn't that right, guys? You'll sit there and you'll take it. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Should have brought something to actually rest this on. So these are 160 grain bullets, and they're all loaded with 40-64. I got everything as consistent as possible. Let's send some lead. Wow, those 160 grainers kick harder than I was expecting. Now these are the heaviest bullets, so they're probably going to have the least accurate group out of this twist rate. Mostly, I'm curious to see what the group size with this is. Oh, yeah, look at that. Didn't even stabilize those heavier bullets. No wonder people think the Carcanos are inaccurate.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, we got keyholed rounds, that's for sure. So it didn't even stabilize those heavier bullets. Wow. Yeah, that's your cut down Carcano barrel. Gain twist. And I got 140 grain 264 bullets and then 140 grain 268 bullets. That'll be a fun test to see what kind of group size we get. Man, I'm glad I came out here today. This is a beautiful shooting day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna aim for that same spot. Not like it mattered. Those last ones keyholed. Oh, those are much nicer shooting. Those 160 grain, they had a little bit of a kick behind them for a Carcano round, and that's really saying something. I like these. The 140 grain depending on the accuracy that we see here, that might be my go-to. All right, let's go see what kind of group size we get. All right, these look like they stabilized better. They actually stabilized much better. We still got quite the group size, but man, that's significantly better than those 160 grain. I wish I had some jacketed, because you brought up the lead. I wonder, I'll have to do a second test, because that's just all that I had. So it might be the lead bullets. I doubt it, because I've ran those same exact rounds. It's a 95% lead, and then I got antimony mixed in with there. So it's a pretty hard cast lead, and they're only moving at about 2,000 feet per second. So that's not enough to cause leading. So those should be fine out of a regular 1 8 twist Carcano barrel. But these did stabilize, but that accuracy is still pretty abysmal. Like just cast lead.
Yeah, like how many people actually reload cast lead rounds and get good accuracy? I haven't seen
I've gotten some pretty significantly good accuracy from it.
From the Carcano.
Not from the Carcano. The Carcano is
specifically from the Carcano, because it might be the muzzle velocity might be too much for just a cast lead round.
I don't think so, because I've gotten way more muzzle velocity on a, say, 7mm Mauser that has also used cast rounds. But I think it's the rifling itself.
The rifling, yeah.
Because however it is the Italians made the rifling, this is just pure speculation on my part, but however it is the Italians made the rifling inside their Carcanos may have some kind of issue running with lead. Because I know that I got a Spanish Oviedo Mauser at home, and whatever the Spanish did with their rifling, it runs exceptionally good with lead bullets and really well with black powder. Like, you know how you go out and you shoot black powder through any firearm and you lose accuracy because of black powder fouling? For whatever reason, my Spanish rifles don't do that. I don't know why, but I will literally load up like 100+ rounds of, say, black powder 308 to take out and go plinking, and I'll plink at 100 yards. As a matter of fact, this guy was around whenever I did exactly that. And I didn't see any lossing accuracy from black powder or lead or anything like that through those Oviedo Mausers. So I'll do some research on the kind of rifling that the Italians used with their Carcanos. I feel like that would tell me a lot as to why these don't like lead projectiles. And I'll also order some jacketed 160 grain and rerun this test.
Yeah. I think the original Carcano rounds were nickel something coated.
They were nickel plated.
Yeah.
All right, now we got 140 grain, 268 diameter projectiles. I'm curious to see if these are going to give us a better group than our 264s. I've seen like Kel-Tec guys and whatnot come out. Have you stopped by Kel-Tec while you're here? Yeah, Kel-Tec is literally 5 minutes up the road.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm trying to work there, actually. All right, so these are 140 grain projectiles, 268 diameter, so proper Carcano diameter, versus the 264s that we fired. Let's see what kind of increase in accuracy we get with this rifle. Just from the gas seal of these projectiles, I think that we have, although they have the same exact charge as the other 140 grain, but a better gas seal. They feel like they have more recoil. I think these have more velocity behind them. All right, one more. All right, all those shots felt really good. I'm excited to see what kind of group size we get with this, because these are proper Carcano bullets, proper size, proper weight, proper everything. Interesting. So these ones right here, it looks like they hit a little further to the left than these ones did. Maybe ever so slightly. But that is definitely a better group size. Still not a great group size, mind you. But that is definitely better. This right here is probably a what? 5, maybe 6 inch spread. That's probably a 3.5 inch spread. So that's fascinating. I was not expecting such a tiny, tiny difference. We're talking 0.004 of an inch. And to put into perspective how small that is, a human skin cell is 1/1000th of an inch. That is such a minor difference in projectile diameter. But boy, did that make a huge difference on target. It's wild. That is wild. That is nuts. I was not expecting that much of a difference. This is why I like running these tests. Because everyone's done the 264 versus 268 diameter bullet tests, but no one's done bullet weight. And of course, the 1 8 twist out of a normal Carcano, that would work fine. But I wanted to run a cavalry carbine that had a cut barrel.
Yeah.
Because that's where my interest lies. That's where everyone complains about, you know, hey, Carcanos are inaccurate because of the gain twist barrel, they got cut down. Well, what if you use different bullets in it?
Did you see my video on Steinel ammo?
Probably.
I did the
get more specific. You've done a couple of
the factory tour.
Yes. Yep. I saw that one.
So they do a lot.
Yes, they do.
Development.
Oh, yes.
So like this kind of stuff is what like Andy over there he does a lot of.
That's awesome,
and
dude.
These guys over there.
That's awesome.
You want to move to Ohio?
I like the enthusiasm. Maybe I'll visit, but I don't foresee me moving.
I like Ohio.
I'm sure you and Andy would be great friends.
Oh, I bet we would. I'll buy him a beer sometime. All right, up next we got 130 grain projectiles. And these right here are, again, getting lighter weight and lighter weight. My prediction, because of the twist rate of the barrel on this thing, I think the lighter weight bullets, we're going to see group sizes start to tighten up more and more and more because they're going to stabilize better. I feel like we'd see one of my big issues with bringing a target out to further distances is if we have severe inaccuracies, we're not going to see them on paper. And then we're like, ah, well, where did these go? What happened with these? That's why we're sitting at only 20-ish yards.
Makes sense.
But even then, we're still seeing enough of a discrepancy to be like, hey, the change is noticeable. Not only that, but I also can't see at very far distances, and I'm using iron sights. I love iron sights, but dude, never underestimate a 3x9. All right, so these are 130 grain projectiles, lighter weight. They are a 264 diameter, so we might have a very minute loss of accuracy with that. But if these stabilize better than the last rounds, then it should still be good enough for us to see, hey, the lighter weight bullets are stabilizing better and better and better. All right, I'm gonna send it. This rifle seems to favor a little bit to the left, so I'm gonna aim for the right side of the target now, and we're gonna avoid like any clusters of group sizes or of rounds like bunching together. Avoid confusion. That's what I'm trying to say here, as I say confused. But let's go ahead, run these 120 grain projectiles, see what they have to say. Because this is where my curiosity lies. I normally fire 120 grain bullets, not only because they're lighter recoiling, but because they're less expensive to buy. Oh, what can I say? I like saving money. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Ready? I'm gonna go ahead and aim a little bit lower because those last ones shot a little high. Alright. Those ones felt good. I hope that these work because I have a lot of 120 grain bullets. I normally fire from non-cut down Carcano barrels. Like I got a couple sporterized ones and I got a couple of carbines and whatnot just for reference for the collection. But by a huge margin, I fire 1891s, so I don't have to worry about any bullet tumbling or anything like that. Oh yeah. Ah, now that's a group size right there. 1, 2, 3. I like that one.
Yeah. Well, the one that was on the 8, that was there before.
Was it? Then it might be this one right here.
That one, yeah.
Well, even then, that's still a pretty gosh darn good group size. It's interesting that the 130 grain tumbled, but the 140 and the 120 did not. I told you we'd see better accuracy with the lighter ammo because of this cut barrel, though. That's exactly what I was expecting to see. But that's awesome because I got a lot of 120 grain in stock that I'll be using for this. That's awesome. That's very awesome. All right, now comes my curiosity. It's interesting those 130 grain shot really high as well. Bullets do weird things. Because those last ones didn't shoot near as high as those 130s did. Bullets do weird things, dude. This is why you gotta run your guns and figure out what they do and don't like. So these are 77 grain projectiles, which should stabilize in this 1 in 14 twist Carcano barrel. But before I go and say that, we're gonna test it. All right, ready?
Yep.
Here's
What's
on.
the diameter on this bullet?
What's that?
The diameter on this bullet?
264.
Okay.
Yep, all the ones we're firing are 264 unless stated otherwise. Oh, that's delightful to shoot. Feels like I'm firing a BB gun over here. All right, I like those. If these work, I'm getting more of those. It's amazing how just the difference of bullet you're using can completely change your gun. All right, well, we got 1, 2, and I think that one of these 2 holes right there makes 3. So it did stabilize those 77 grainers. I wonder if a normal 1 and 8 twist Carcano would stabilize it. Now we're asking the important questions. I'm gonna have to come out here, rerun the test with a regular barreled Carcano and with jacketed 160 grain projectiles. But there it is, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's awesome. That's very awesome. I'm really excited for that. I'm actually very pleased with that. That's what, 3 to 4 inches, somewhere in there. I can live with that. With the mag dumping into garbage that I do, I can live with that. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.